Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wondered if you're on the right track? Not just to being financially stable, but to actually building real wealth? Not the flashy, overnight kind, but the sustainable, life-changing kind. Well, today we're going to talk about something I call the pre-rich zone. This isn't about having $1 million in the bank tomorrow. It's about the subtle but powerful shifts in your mindset, habits, and skills that are the strongest predictors of future wealth. We're going to look specifically at the top trends for 2026 that signal you're re-entering this exciting phase. If you see yourself in these trends, get ready, because your financial future is looking incredibly bright. So, what's the first major sign? It's that you've stopped trading all your time for money and started building assets. This is a fundamental shift. In the past, the path was simple. Get a good job, work hard, get a raise. That's still important. But the pre-rich in 2026 understand that's just a foundation. They're obsessed with creating or acquiring things that generate income without asterisk. Their direct hour-by-hour involvement. This could be anything from a small, automated online store to a dividend-paying stock portfolio, a rental property, or even intellectual property like an ebook or a popular blog. The key here is the mindset change. You start seeing your free time not just as leisure time, but as an opportunity to build another stream of income. You're asking yourself, how can I make money while I sleep? Instead of how can I work more hours? If you've started spending your weekends building a system, any system that works for you, that's a massive sign you're in the pre-rich zone. Next up, and this one is huge for 2026, you've become a skill stacker, not a specialist. The world is changing so fast that deep expertise in one narrow field can actually be risky. What happens if AI automates that one skill? The pre-rich person is building a unique combination of skills that makes them incredibly valuable and adaptable. Maybe you're a great writer, but you're also learning video editing and basic data analysis. Or you're a talented graphic designer who is also taking courses in digital marketing and user experience. This isn't about being a jack of all trades, master of none. It's about strategically combining complementary skills to create a powerful, unique value proposition. In 2026, the people who can blend creative, technical, and communication skills will be the ones who can command higher incomes, start successful side hustles, and pivot effortlessly as the market changes. If you find yourself constantly learning new, seemingly unrelated skills because you're curious about how they connect, you're playing the game at a very high level. The third trend is a big one for your personal life. You prioritize your energy budget over your financial budget. Now, of course, you still need a financial budget, but people in the pre-rich zone understand that their most valuable resource isn't money. It's their time, focus, and mental energy. They fiercely protect it. This means they're willing to spend money to save time and reduce stress. They'll pay for a grocery delivery service, hire a virtual assistant for a few hours a week, or buy the better software that doesn't crash. They say no to commitments and relationships that drain their energy, even if it feels awkward. They understand that burnout is the enemy of progress. They can't build their asset, stack their skills, or spot new opportunities if they're constantly exhausted and overwhelmed. So, if you've started making decisions based on will this give me more energy or take it away, you've unlocked a core secret of high performers and future wealth builders. Let's move on to the fourth sign. You actively seek out asymmetric opportunities. What does that mean? It means you look for situations where the potential upside is massive and the potential downside is small and controlled. The traditional mindset is to avoid risk at all costs. The pre-rich mindset is to manage risk intelligently. They aren't gambling their life savings on a whim. Instead, they might invest a small, affordable amount of money in a promising startup. The worst-case scenario, they lose that small amount. The best-case scenario, it could return 50 or 100 times their investment. This applies to more than just money. They might spend a weekend building a small app. The downside is a lost weekend. The upside could be a new business. They'll reach out to a high-level mentor. The downside is getting ignored. The upside is a life-changing connection. If you've stopped being afraid of failure and started seeing it as a small price to pay for a shot at a huge success, you are thinking like a future millionaire. The fifth trend is all about information. You've become a curator, not just a consumer of information. We're all drowning in content news, social media, endless videos. Most people consume it passively, but those entering the pre-rich zone are different. They're incredibly intentional about what they let into their minds. They unsubscribe from noisy newsletters, they mute negative people on social media, and they replace passive scrolling with active learning. They follow thinkers and experts in specific fields. They pay for premium reports and masterminds, and they spend more time reading books that have stood the test of time than reading breaking news headlines. They understand that their worldview and the opportunities they see are a direct result of the information they consume. If you've recently done a digital declutter and curated your information diet to be more signal and less noise, you are building the mental infrastructure for wealth. The sixth indicator, and this is a subtle social shift, is that your network is starting to look different. You find yourself naturally spending more time with people who talk about ideas, growth, and opportunities, and less time with people who only talk about other people, problems, and the past. This isn't about being snobby or ditching old friends. It's a natural consequence of your own growth. As you focus on building, learning, and finding opportunities, you gravitate towards others on the same wavelength. Your conversations shift from complaining about your boss to brainstorming a side project. You're joining communities, online or offline, of entrepreneurs, investors, or creators. You understand that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and you are consciously choosing to surround yourself with people who lift you up and expand your sense of what is possible. And finally, the 7th trend for 2026. You have embraced productive patience. This is the superpower of the You understand that real wealth isn't built in a day. It's built over years of consistent, focused effort. But this isn't passive waiting. It's productive patience. While your investment portfolio is compounding, you're actively working on your side hustle. While your online business is slowly gaining traction, you're learning a new high-value skill. You plant seeds, and you don't dig them up every day to see if they've grown. You trust the process, whether it's the power of compound interest or the slow buildup of brand equity. You've let go of the need for instant gratification and have fallen in love with the process of building, brick by brick. If you're more excited about where you'll be in 5 years than where you are today, and you're taking daily steps to get there, you're not just in the pre-rich zone. You're living the pre-rich lifestyle. So, let's do a quick recap. The 7 signs you're entering the pre-rich zone in 2026 are: you're building assets, not just earning a wage. You're a skill stacker, not a specialist. You prioritize your energy budget. You seek out asymmetric opportunities. You are a curator of information. Your network is elevating you, and you've mastered productive patience. How many of these resonated with you? Don't worry if it's just 1 or 2. This is a journey, and the most important step is just realizing there's a different path available. Start by picking one of these trends and focusing on it for the next 90 days. Maybe it's building your first tiny asset, or maybe it's curating your information diet. Small changes lead to massive results over time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope this gave you a new lens through which to see your own progress. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel reach more people. And if you want more content on building wealth and living a more intentional life, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Let me know in the comments which of these trends you're already working on. I'd love to hear about it. Until next time, keep building.